Well, good day everyone. It is Sunday, the 27th of November 2022. It's approximately 7:47 a.m. in the morning and the temperature is 24 degrees Celsius, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Excuse me. So welcome back. It's been a while. I'm doing a couple of night shifts, so I've been sleeping days. And it's going to be the same next week. So I thought I'd better get one out because there's some nasty weather moving in. We're expecting a storm this afternoon. And today we find ourselves at Hamilton. This isn't the destination planned for today, but the last time I did a walk here, we walked around Portside, which is just over there, around the corner, up through Ascot, Hendra, Doomben, and I mentioned Racecourse Road. Looks quite nice during spring with all the jacarandas in flower, and I just drove down there and I think I might have missed it. But anyway, I've got to come back down this way anyway. There'll be two parts to this series today. And just so you have an idea on the proximity we are to the central business district of Brisbane. There she is. Portside over there. I'm just parked in the back of the Hamo pub, or the Hamilton Hotel. But today's walk is going to take us into the north-eastern industrial suburb of Eagle Farm. And we're going to walk through the site, former site of the Convict women's prison. Now, I had no idea this place existed, and I'll wager a lot of people in Brisbane don't know it exists either. I haven't been here myself, so I thought I'd check it out, share it with you. Now, I watch a bloke on YouTube that does walks, so I'll pay, give credit where credit is due, and he goes by the name of Walkabout with Rob, and I really like his videos. And he did a walk through here last year, so yeah, I thought I'd share it with you. Looked quite nice, very quiet, and I picked a Sunday to do it because it'll be a lot more quiet, being an industrial area, and more enjoyable. So we're on Racecourse Road at the moment. We'll head north along here and nip down to Lancaster Road, and then we'll follow the old railway line down to Eagle Farm. So yeah, I like Rob's videos. he gets a little bit more creative in his content than I do. But I said that from the outset, that all my videos are going to be raw. Just cross here. Yeah, all my videos are all uncut, no edits, real time. Whatever I point the camera at, that's what you see. Now with Rob's videos, you'll include photos and videos and overlays, you know, like before after shots. He has a background in theatre, television, movies. He's won awards for Best Director. He had a recent award ceremony in Sydney, and he's also picked up an award in New York. And that's fine. That's his style. He's developed that, and that's great. He's doing, well, he's making his videos stand out, doing something a little bit different than the norm. And no one's making videos like him. And then we'll get back to my channel. And I'm the same. I try and include a few different things. Now, I watch a bloke in America, in New York City. Been watching him for years. And he moves around a bit, but he's primarily based in NYC. And he goes by the name of Action Kid. And he's sort of what inspired me to do these videos. After watching his, I went on YouTube and had a look at the ones like Walks of Brisbane, and there wasn't a whole lot out there. Church getting a bit of reno work done.
Picks up pretty quick.
So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot out there. Most of the videos I found were of tourists. I'm getting lots of stairs today. Yeah, and you know, it's good that tourists come here and want to get video footage and get photos, and nothing wrong with that. But I find they speculate a lot. They don't really know an area. I mean, if you don't know something, you shouldn't really shouldn't really say it. Gets a bit frustrating, especially when you're a local watching these tourist videos. So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot out there, and the ones that I did find were mostly what I call tunnel vision videos. They were just looking straight ahead, and well, you don't do that when you walk, do you? You look around. So I decided that's how I was going to do videos, with something a little bit different. And I thought long and hard about how do I make them different. So I came up with what I call my 6 elements. Well, there's actually 7 now, but I'll get to that later. And these 6 elements comprise of things that appear consistently in my videos, and they're either objects I film on a regular basis, or actions that I do. And I thought that in order to get all 6, it's probably not going to happen, so I'd have to edit. And well, I don't want to do that, because as I said, that's not my thing. Anyway, I actually managed to get all 6 on a video that I filmed this year, and I wasn't even planning on it. I wasn't consciously thinking about doing it, but it just happened that way. And not long after that video, I noticed I was looking at another object quite often, only because I find them interesting, because they're all different. Everyone's different. So I've now added 7. So I thought we'd have a bit of fun and have a little competition. I don't get a lot of comments. I'm not really sure why, but I don't. So I thought this might be an opportunity to get all your subscribers interacting with each other and have a little bit of fun on the way. So I'll put it out to you all. So there are now 7 elements. I was wondering if you could all pick them. Now there won't be any prizes for whoever gets them first one to get it right, but you will win bragging rights. Now if you reach a certain amount of subscribers, you're allowed to merchandise. And it won't be your run-of-the-mill keychains and hats and all that sort of thing. It'll be a good quality polo shirt, collar, pocket, men and women's. Won't be made in a sweatshop paying kids 75 cents a day. It'll be locally sourced if I can. And whoever correctly identifies all 7 elements, well, you'll get a free shirt. I'm a man of my word. I will take note of who correctly answers it, and if you enter my online shop when I have one, the first shirt will go to you. So yeah, let's have a bit of fun. Now, Rob does a couple in his too. He always has lunch and a beer somewhere, and then he put a camera down on a tripod and walk away from it or walk towards it, and that's fine. That's great. That's his thing. And I think when you're doing these type of videos, it's good to be a little bit different. Don't do things the same, and don't copy other people's style, which I've experienced that. A couple that I watch, I've noticed. I mean, I haven't got copyright or trademarks on what I do, none of us have. But I think it's really important you try and be a little bit different, stand out a little bit. Just coming up to the race course now. I'll chuck a ride up here on Lancaster. Now I'll give you a tip and a hint about my 7 elements. You can rule out moving the camera around and the way I look down alleys and shop fronts and the like. That's just making good films. It's something I decided I'd do straight away because, as I said, I'm not a big fan of these tunnel vision walks. They get a bit frustrating for me. It's probably only me thing, but you know, they're walking along and they see something just to the side and think, man, that's cool. Well, go in there, you know, you find yourself screaming at the screen. Why don't you look in there? Why don't you look in there? Yes, I decided that I will look around and look at these things. Like this cool old place. Looks abandoned, but the door's open. Of incoming flights today for Sunday. Another one coming in. Where is it? There it is. Airport's not too far from here. You can see the clouds are starting to roll in, but they're expecting a storm later on today. Hopefully I'll be done before the weather moves in. Jeez, I'm trying to think of what the tip was now, I forget. No, it'll come to me. Yeah, after this this walk, we're going to walk the length of Kingston Smith Drive back down to our starting point. So yeah, as I said earlier, there'll only be 2 in this series. And because it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, as soon as I get home I'll start working on this one. If all goes to plan, you'll be watching it today. But you already know that. You're watching from the future. It's going to be quite warm today too, that's why I wanted to head off a bit earlier than I normally do. I only catch public transport when I'm doing walks in town, South Brisbane, West End and the like. These suburban walks are good because I can drive. I've had quite a few new subscribers recently, so thank you very much. And thank you as always to my existing subscribers. I had one pretty cool one this week. It was what was it, boot scooting Putin. I like that. Welcome aboard. Just approaching Nudgee Road now. So yeah, just getting back to my 7 elements. If you can only list what you think are the 7 elements, and don't ask me, is it this, is it that, is it this? It's the first correct response to all 7 elements that will win. And there are a couple of exceptions, a couple of rules I want to talk about. A lot of family and friends know the 7 elements, so they won't be eligible to enter. Makes it fair for everyone else. And a hard and fast rule I've always had is I won't tolerate any abuse, either towards myself or to any of my subscribers. If you come on here being a dick, your comment will be deleted, and so will you. It's worked for me quite well up until now. There's no need for that. All we're here to have fun and enjoy the sights and sounds. Right, Nudgee Road. We're approaching. We'll cross this and head up that way. He's starting to warm up already. It's in the low 30s today. Okay. Thought there were lights here, but traffic's pretty quiet. I'll go across. known as the Brisbane line. And the electrification ends at Brisbane station. And there was passenger services running out to Pinkenba, which is only a couple of kilometres from here. And there was a loop, and would turn around and come back. It was all diesel, no electrification in those days. And as I said, it terminates here. The line further on comprised of a couple of sidings, industrial sidings, which I would say have been removed, and I don't even know if the track is still there that runs all the way out to Pinkenba. Got some information here. A little bit of information on my cheat sheets. There we go. The rail line opened to Meander. We used to call it Meander. I don't know the proper pronunciation. It's probably Meander, but we used to call it Meander because we'll just meander on down to the railway station. That was in 1897. As far as it went for a while, because I wanted to increase the trackage out to Pinkenba, but it was below the high tide level. So all the land was reclaimed, built up a bit higher, which was, you know, quite an engineering feat back in those days. And it was actually extended in the same year, 1897. The line closed past this point in what was it, 1998, somewhere around there. I've worked in several places around Eagle Farm when I was younger, and we used to get on the train at Eagle Farm station, which was just behind the old Ford Motor Company plant. And we'd often ride it to Pinkenba, and then, you know, turn it around and we'd get off at Eagle Junction. I think I used to get off at, or Wooloowin. Just saves sitting on the station waiting for it to come by, and pretty cool diesels. Open the windows up, listen to the rumble of the loco. Used to have a really cool old timber walk over here, but it's been replaced. A bit of a modern structure now. This station was once known as Winstanes, and then it was Brisbane Winstanes, and now it's just Brisbane. And this area was Winstanes, but I think it's just referred to as Brisbane now. Not 100% correct on that. And going by Rob's video, I think this is, the line's all fenced off now. You can still see remnants of all the old stations. There's quite a few along here. I remember spending several hours at Benor one Sunday. They used to have steam train excursions going out to Pinkenbar. I rode my push bike out there one day and sat on the platform for hours waiting for it to come by, and then waited more time for it to come back. No camera then, of course. That's how dedicated us train spotters are. And speaking of train spotting, I've mentioned a few videos. I do have a few fans. I found a really good spot, south side. It's along the main road, along the freight line. It's all just like this, just chain link fence. So I definitely be going out there in the new year and get some freight train action for us train nuts. Now, there were spur lines running off this that used to cross Kingsmith Drive into Clyde Engineering, and that's where our locomotives were built, and they're still on the rails today. I remember walking by there, checking out all the new locomotives being built. I'm just wondering if there's any remnants of that era to be found. They ripped the track up across Kingsmith Drive. That was years ago, but there may still be some signs of it. I believe the line went off through there by the looks of it. I don't know if that's old track over there where that pallet is. And just leftover scrap bits. I can see a bit of line there. And Ford Australia had their plant just across there. Long gone. I think that's just scrap rail there. Doesn't seem to be continuous. I've tried doing a few searches on the old railway line spurs through here, but I couldn't find any photos that would show the correct alignment. But I remember stopping at the crossing there and watching trains shunt, because where ports, I don't know what's it called, Portside is now. That was just all freight yards and shipping terminals. So there's quite a bit of rail action around here back in the day. And I don't think this track's used for anything anymore. The refinery closed quite a while back. But the track remains. It looks pretty rusty on top. There's no shiny rails there, so there hasn't been any traffic through here for a while. New housing estates. That's got Aurora. Oh, you can see a third line. Lift you up over this fence, you might be able to see. You can see a third line running across there. That would have serviced the spur lines that ran off to various industries along here. Yeah, it's all fenced off now. I do remember seeing in Rob's video the some of the platforms still remain. So we had, on this line you had Ascot, Doomben, Winstains, Airport, Eagle Farm, Benor, Meander, and then Pinkenba. It's where we're going today, at the old Convict prison, was where the original airport was. We'll actually be standing where the runway used to be. Of course it's been moved further north now. There's still a lot of old buildings from that era remaining here. That's the, I think that's a TAFE over there. You get a better view of all these structures over the other side, Kingsmith Drive. I'm pretty sure that is. I don't see any signs anywhere, but yeah, I reckon that's a TAFE. It's the Gateway motorway. Might get some shots of the Gateway Bridge further along here. These are all still under construction. Be very quiet to live here. A lot of these buildings look like they may be abandoned. We're approaching Eagle Farm, and it was named Eagle Farm quite simply because when Patrick Logan surveyed this area, there was an abundance of eagles. And it's fitting that the area is named after a bird, considering it's the close proximity to the airport. Now, the 2016 census had the population of Eagle Farm at 0 because, as I said, it's primarily an industrial suburb. I dare say there would be a caretaker or two camping out in a caravan or on site at some of these industries. I know there was when I was working around here. And no census official would come out here and hand out the forms, thinking there's no one out here, but yeah, it looks like there's soon going to be. I think this is still classified as, well, back there it said the Ascot apartments. But we're pretty much in Eagle Farm now. Now, prior to 1837, I think, no, 1834, the women were moved out here from Brisbane to stop all the fraternising going on between male and female inmates and the prison guards. Trying to keep them all separated. So they moved them out here, and Patrick Logan discovered that the land was quite fertile, so they grew vegetables and maize and even a piggery, and the women prisoners worked in that farm. But it was short-lived. It didn't last all that long. I think it was around 1840, something like that. It was closed and they moved them all down to Sydney. And they've got some storyboards down here and information and some sculptures, and looks like quite a nice area. It's very quiet around here. I knew it probably wouldn't be during the week. This is why I always plan to do this one on a Sunday. Mannheim's auction yards. Been here a while. We've got the Eagle Farm bus depot just down here. Okay, now look, I just walk straight past that. These are remnants of the old one of the stations. Yeah, just had a bug try to climb in my ear then. Oh. So if you're going to graffiti stuff, graffiti the name of the platform on here. And the sign's gone. So I'm thinking this is probably Benor. It's either Benor or Meander. Traffic signal. This is quite... Why would there be electric lines running down here? For the trains, when they only go as far as Doomben. Was it a... Maybe they plan to run electric trains down to Pinkenba at one stage, and they've just remained. Yes, I always thought that stopped at Doomben. Strange. That's probably the most likely scenario. And there's not a huge population at Pinkenba. And further on down is Myrtletown. There are residents, but not many. I used to actually work with a bloke at Eagle Farm that lived down at Pinkenba, and his backyard backed right onto the runway. It's pretty cool. He'd sit out in his backyard on deck chairs having a few beers and watching the planes take off, race by you. I have been out there since, and his house is no longer there. Well, the line's still here, they haven't ripped it up yet. Vehicles waiting for auction. Got everything in here. country fire truck over there. Little Zuzu. Yeah, they've got trailers. I'm in the market for a trailer. Interesting. And there's the Eagle Farm bus depot. We spoke about that in the video on the Victoria Bridge. You know, the buses all have their depot letter displayed before the number or the fleet number. And all these have E for Eagle Farm. Rare pigeons. There's been an aircraft in for a while. And when I was a young fella living on the north side, if you wanted to find work, Eagle Farm is where you went. Always found work here. It was those days when you got pissed off with the boss and didn't like your job anymore. You just tell him to shove it and walk next door and knock on the door and yep. When can you start? Or would be the next day. Those were the times. Everyone's economy the way it is, everyone's scared to leave their jobs and try something different. It was a lot easier back in those days. No internet, no resumes. You just sold yourself. Knocked on the door and told him what you're about and what you can offer. Handshake and you'd be starting. Okay, we've got another platform here. It's a shame it's all fenced off. So we're getting very close to the old runway, the old airport. So I'm guessing this is probably the airport line, airport station. Plane coming in. Who's that? I think that's Virgin. I've got the sun in my eyes at the moment. Look at the old timber fence running around it. Remember that, it was all white. Quite a long platform, that one. So it probably is the airport. If there's any historians that watch my videos, I would love to know. Local Historic Society could put a sign on one of these fences and just a little bit of history of the stations. It'd be cool. Just a thought. Alright, we've got a storyboard coming up. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll hover the camera over it and and you can pause it, as that's what I'll be doing when I review this footage when I get home. Check my shoulder for crazy cyclists. Place of mystery and imagination. Right, let's hope I can get all this in. Yeah, I remember the story. They captured a Japanese Zero, and it was held here for examination. So tells you about it here. Hangar crew posing in front of their precious Zero. Very cool. Oh, wasp flying around me at the moment. Please be kind to me. So that's a continuation of this section here. So I'll just bring that over to there. If we're getting this right. The old igloos, which I think there's one still remaining. Japan invaded Malaya. My grandfather served in Malaya. He was a prisoner of war in Shanghai. Check this, press the button to hear a reenactment of the rebuilt Zero's first takeoff and flight over Brisbane.
Reckon she'll start, Bill? Oh, she'll start all right, Lieutenant. The boys have triple checked every last knob and dial. Just let me get some tension on this prop and give her some juice. Come on, baby. Letting it, Captain Terry. Oh, throttle. Hold on to your hands. I got it going, General. 5 wrecks it took to make this one jet Zero.
Well done, men. Let's get her up in the air and put her through her paces.
She'll whip us in a dogfight. She's half the way.
And half the speed. She's no match for our warbirds if we keep out of range and strafe at full speed.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's fly.
Cool sound. That's cool. I can still hear that, I don't know if you can. Okay, so here we are, Heritage Park. Hangar 7 on the last days of Eagle Farm Airport. Japanese 0 again. There's the Beatles arriving. It's Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip arriving in 1954. The Beatles in 1964. And there's Hangar 7 over there. So you can imagine this place during World War II would have been a hive of activity of Lancaster, bombers, Mitchells, and the US Air Force P-51 Mustangs and F-4U Corsairs would have all been lined up around here. Okay. I'll head into here. Vintage Park Women's Prison and Factory Site. You are here. Okay, so we just continue around. And the Ellison engine testing stands is something I want to check out too. There's still a couple of buildings remaining. Yeah. Alright, so on the right track. This is the head office for a lot of big companies and warehousing. Got EB Games there, and over the back got Video Pro. Amongst many others. Man, that's huge, that building. Wow. Wow, look how far down it goes. Massive. Can hear the dogs barking already. This is a quarantine centre for animals coming in and leaving Australia. Animals, reptiles, everything. Sign here. So the Ellison testing stands are down that way. check that out before we leave. Keep going down this way. There's the entrance to the bus depot. All these cafes around this area will all be shut. They're only open during working hours. Oh, let's have a bit of a look in here. There's a viewing platform there, but I'm not sure what the view would be looking at EB Games. Not really. I'm looking at Hangar 7, which is just there. Maybe. No. So I could have just driven out here, but I wanted to show you the jacarandas in bloom, but must have missed it. No. Okay, so we've reached the old convict prison. We can get the testing stands from here. Okay. Alright, so we can just follow this around. It's very easy. I've got some of the footprint marked out here where these buildings used to be. See one over there, and a smaller one here. So this is a washing factory. School. Yeah. Stands to reason, doesn't it? There'll be children here. Sad. Yeah, a lot of these women were incarcerated for, the disasterly deed of stealing a loaf of bread, trying to feed the family. Don't know if you all just heard that. I'll have to review that. I just heard a little have to rewind that. I quite often pick up EVPs in my videos. It's interesting. Let me know what you think about that, or if you indeed heard it. Can't wait to go home and listen to that again. So yeah, we're virtually standing on the runway to the old airport. Might be some information on that further along. Okay, so these are the barracks. 10 women and children per room. So there's 3 sections depicted here. And this is to depict the gates of the prison. Prison Palisade Gate. Okay, so this is the entry and the exit location. Women's barracks. It's quite a large structure. Just had to change my battery out. That was good timing. Qantas. No, it's not Qantas. No idea what that is. Crept up to 25.5 degrees Celsius. Amy Johnson, first woman to fly solo from England to Australia. Sir Gordon Bill Taylor. He flew with Sir Kingsford Smith. Didn't like his name Gordon, so he called himself Bill. Why not? So since I've been here, all I've seen is a bunch of cyclists on the path. I haven't seen anybody. I think it's one of Brisbane's best kept secrets. So if you're looking for a nice walk one day and learn a bit of history, I highly recommend Coming to the Heritage Park. I don't think we're going to get back out to Kingsmith Drive from here, so we may have to head in that direction later. Amy Johnson. Alright, now there's another plane coming in. The Ellison testing site is where we're heading next. I'll just go and recheck this map here, make sure we're on the right track. As I said, I've never been here. If it wasn't for Rob, I would never have known this place existed. He must have found it on research or someone told him. Okay, so I'm here. South Car Park. Hangar 7. Okay. So we gotta go. Well, according to that, we can keep going and turn right. Well, we'll give that a go. It's all part of walking, isn't it? The adventure. If you get lost, you get lost. It's all part of it. A light aircraft. Little marsh area here. See a big old python sunning himself somewhere. That'd be cool. Oh. Okay, you can see another sign up here. Hannah Rigby Lane. What did Hannah do? Two sentences. Stole 30 yards of ribbon. 2 hats. You are here. Oh, that's iguanas. This is a bit faded. This is a P51D Mustang. This needs redoing. This might be a bit hard for you to see with the glare. But basically, it was built in 1942 and it was used in World War II for testing reconditioned Ellison aircraft engines. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just copying the sun all day long. Engine being tested. Hand Rob Pet Hotel. See the graffiti Neanderthals have been here. Let's go and read the storyboard here. We'll go down and get a closer look at this facility. Curtis P40D Mustang. Very cool. How about that? During the early days of the Eagle Farm, after the war, actually parked emergency fire engines here. No, there was another name the pilots called Mustangs. I don't want to swear, but they were referred to as tank, and that they were. listen to this. Doesn't appear to be working. Source flying characteristics. Yeah, it included plenty of information. That's good. Alright. Ooh, man, that grass is soft. Wow. Oh, check that out. Feet are just sinking in. Nice. Heritage listed site, no entry penalties apply. Well, I can't see any cameras around here. I'm going in. Let me check this out though. The ceiling doesn't look real good. Looks like it could collapse. Hold you up and have a look at that later, but it doesn't look real good. Quite a lengthy video this one, but I didn't think it'd justify it, splitting it up into parts. I'm finished here. I'll start the next part of the series. Yeah, it doesn't look real good shape, does it? The wall's crumbling. That would have been an access cover. Probably a little stair or something there. Tree growing through it. Oh, he's right in the sun there. And there's the culprit. It's probably a safety issue more than anything else. I really don't want anybody coming in here and doing mindless graffiti, but signs aren't going to deter anyone. Certainly not going to deter me. No. Wow. What a nest are they? They can't be hornets, surely. What on earth? Yeah. It's obviously well maintained. Grass has been mowed not all that long ago. Stubby over there. We can't see any cameras here. If anybody knows what those nests are, I believe my sister would. They don't look like hornets. Wasps. Nice. Big entrances on them. Can't see anything flying around, so I think they're vacated. I've never seen that. I'm sure someone would know that's watching. Okay. I mean, I like street art as much as the next person, but that's just crap. But you don't do that in your walls at your own house. It's freaking disgusting. That ain't street art, that's just crap. Feeding time for the puppies, they've gone quiet, getting their breakfast. If you don't know already, as you can see there, the camera I'm using is a GoPro. It was the best camera that I could afford at the time. It served me well. or upgrade eventually. I'm happy with it. Everyone bangs on about 4K. I don't really see that much of a difference. But you have to remember, not everyone in the world has access to 4K. Some people can only watch it in 1080. So that's why I film in 1080. I've got viewers from all around the world. And some aren't quite as developed as others. I could film in 4K. It would zap my battery a lot quicker. At the moment I'm getting about 50 minutes maybe out of a battery on a good day. That would be reduced considerably. Little doggy bags. Pick up your doggy poo. That was really cool. Not a soul to be seen. Read about Charles Orme, very interesting character. Okay. Now I've just got to find a way out of here to Kingsford Smith Drive. Must be a way. If not, I might have to go back the way we came. I'll just head down to here and have a look. I'll wrap this video up. It's getting quite lengthy. Some of you like them, some of you prefer the shorter ones. But like I said, I'd do this video justice. I couldn't have put this in parts. You should all want to see the whole of the park in one hit. And of course, the longer the video is, the longer it takes to upload. So this could take hours. I remember the last lengthy video I did, it was, geez, what was it? I started at 8 in the morning and it didn't upload until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It depends on the signal, depends on a lot of things. We've got probably the worst Wi-Fi in the world, Australia. Well, no, it's not the worst, but we're not even in the top 30. Pretty sad really, considering Wi-Fi was invented in Australia. That could be accredited to the CSIRO. We'll be using it for years. Okay, so we're back in our visitor centre. I'm going for a drive out here one day, just park here and go inside there and see if there's any more information. Just do a little brief walk and talk. Let's see which way this bus goes. So you'll be heading off to Kingsmith Drive. That's what I thought. That's free. This is the way we came. Little city glimpses through there. I actually watched this fellow on YouTube that's a Brisbane City bus driver, and he does point of view bus driving all over Brizzy. Pretty cool. I think it's just Brisbane City bus driver or something like that. And I remember him leaving Eagle Farm and he went down away to access it, or unless he's moving the bus from one section to the other, I'm not really sure. Anyway, bus coming back. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thanks for coming along. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.